Hurricane Ivan was born from yet another strong Cape Verde tropical wave just off the west coast of Africa. Ivan quickly gathered strength and actually became a Category 4 hurricane while still east of the Lesser Antilles. The powerful hurricane then plowed its way through the Caribbean, narrowly avoiding direct hits on Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and Cuba. Then Ivan turned northward into the Gulf of Mexico. The massive hurricane made landfall in Gulf Shores, Alabama during the very early morning hours of September the 16th. We begin the Ivan mission in Panama City Beach, Florida. Hi, Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com with John Van Pelt. We're here at Panama City Beach, Florida now. We're at the Howard Johnson's, ironically enough, where Jesse, Eddie, and I were set up for Tropical Storm Bonnie. Before a month ago today, we headed down towards the Punta Gorda area and took Charlie. We took it on the chin during that one. We're here set up right now at Panama City Beach. We're going to be staying at the Days Inn just up a little ways from here. John, what have you seen around the area? What's the mood like?
Well, it's wild. Some people seem like they know what's going on. Other people seem like they have no idea there's a hurricane coming. We've seen lots of construction down here in Panama City Beach. Massive cranes up in the air, people continuing to do construction, and this is nothing but a debris field waiting to happen.
Yeah, that's true. We're hoping people will obviously begin to take it a lot more serious. There was not much going on during the day of September the 13th. People were either preparing for the hurricane or going about their normal daily routine, seemingly unaware that a monster hurricane was closing in. So we turned in and tried to get some rest. Sleep is the greatest commodity that we can come by while on missions. The Ivan mission was not hurried in any way, and so there was plenty of time to get much needed rest before moving on to the projected landfall location. Hurricane Ivan's coming.
Absolutely.
What can people expect around this area? We're on the east side of Mobile Bay.
Well, one of the things we're worried about where we are is surge. That's going to be the big thing with this storm that goes on for a little while. Up to 15 or 20 feet of surge could come into this place. The wind, Category 4 strength. The thing to watch, though, is they always say it, hide from the wind, run from the water. If you're in the path of the surge of this storm, get out and get out now.
We want to put the Isuszu Hurricane Landfall Project vehicle out there, let it do its thing, and we get out of the way of that core of the hurricane. That's a very nasty, dangerous place. We've been through that with Charlie, and I don't want to go through that again, neither does John or anybody we're working with. So use that. If we don't want to be in the hurricane's core, you certainly don't either. So heed the advice of your local officials. We've been pounding that for all of these hurricane landfalls. They know what's best for you, and they can tell you where best to go and how to get there with these evacuation routes. After working with some of the media at Point Clear, John and I went southward to Gulf Shores. Everyone we met was curious as to what we were up to, and I knew that we had found a good location to place the Hurricane Landfall Project vehicle for its biggest mission yet. Then it was time for us to get some shut-eye before the big day. Coming to you from Gulf Shores, Alabama. There is the Hurricane Landfall Project truck. It's all set up, strapped down. We're going to turn all the switches on in just a little while. If you'll pan over here for me, we'll look at the Gulf of Mexico. It has been surging across. We've had overwatch come in just the last little while. The winds are getting up towards tropical storm force out here right now. I'll keep reporting as much as I can as long as the Sprint network stays up. We can send these videos up to the website. For Mark Sudduth. I am Mark Sudduth for HurricaneTrack.com.
Yeah. I'm still a long way off. Out of that, this is the most deadly part of the storm. This is what they call
We just want everybody to stay safe, and together we'll ride this out. Rowan said thank you.
All right, we'll do our best. All right, you are watching WEAR ABC3, Channel 3 News Department, along with
Taylor, if you stand this way, like that over here, you stand on an angle, so that's what you do.
HurricaneTrack.com. Oh boy, look at that. This is why it's not safe for us to be here. We're going to leave in just a little bit, and we're going to go to the police department 2.5 miles down the road towards higher ground. The storm surge is coming in right now. It has been for most of the afternoon. It's going to be very dangerous. It's going to be deadly here later, and we're not going to be here much longer. Right now, the overwash is coming in. It's starting to bust up the pier a little bit. As the storm surge from Ivan steadily filled Gulf shores with water, it was time to abandon the beachfront and leave the Isuzu behind. The roof cams would have to record as much as they could from now on. we set up 4 cameras to record the wrath of Ivan. 3 of them survived the hurricane. One of those was placed inside the Isuzu, looking out towards the front from the very back. This is the view from inside the Isuzu. Remember these shots as the video progresses. Hi, Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com, safe and dry here inside our Chevy Tahoe. I want you to see what it's like out here at the Gulf Shores Police Department. I'm going to cut the light off and put the window down. Tom, if you'll look out there. It's quite a wild scene outside. I can only imagine what it's like back over where we left the Isuzu. The storm surge is probably inundating that area really badly right now. That's why we are here at the Gulf Shores Police Department, several miles inland. Well, not really inland, but certainly away from the right at the beachfront. The storm surge has already caused significant damage along the very edge of the coastline. The first row of houses and any buildings are getting some damage. There's wind damage, signs down, trees down. The power is on and off around here. It's just a very serious situation, obviously. Well, we're going to stay right here in the Gulf Shores Police Department for the duration of the night. If the eye comes over, I'll try to get out and do another video update. Until then, I'm Mark Sudduth for HurricaneTrack.com, bringing you this information from Gulf Shores, Alabama at their police department. What a fine group of people these folks are. I'll have more for you later. Thanks for watching. As the northern eye wall of Ivan began to approach Gulf Shores, the fire department was beginning to break apart at the roof. Several of the city's firefighters had to brave Mother Nature and evacuate their facility for the relative safety of the Gulf Shores Police Department. Back and forth they went to grab as much equipment as possible. I would bet that many of these men had not been in such conditions in all of their lives. Meanwhile, back on the beach, the Hurricane Landfall Project vehicle was doing as it was supposed to do. Only the light from power lines arcing in the distance would let us get a glimpse of what it was like directly on the beach. With the lethal effects of Ivan closing in fast on Gulf Shores, it was not safe for people to be anywhere near the beach. But just before turning in for the night, I had to go back to the Isuzu to place a light, any light that I could find, inside to capture as much video as possible. Since it was too dark to see outside, this was the best that I could do considering the conditions. After I placed the light inside of the Isuzu, I went back to the police department for some rest. We will return to the Hurricane Landfall Project vehicle in just a minute. Well, I'm going to go to the jail cell and get some shut-eye.
I'm gonna be on camera. Any idea where you're gonna be at, so I know where I can get you? I'll walk with you and find out.
Sure, come on back.
So I know where I can get you at.
It's in here. John? Okay. Well, here's my jail cell. It's come to this. While I caught some Z's back at the police department, the Isuzu was taking a massive beating from Ivan. Water from the Gulf of Mexico was beginning to spill over the SUV as the brunt of Hurricane Ivan came ashore in Gulf Shores. The camera only had 6 hours of tape in it, and as luck would have it, that tape ran out before we could see anything too dramatic. Nonetheless, the plan worked. I captured what was an enormous storm surge on video right from the teeth of the hurricane. This is what it all looked like a little over a mile from the beach. The storm surge had penetrated a good way up Highway 59 to Sawgrass Landing. As the sun rose on September the 16th, this is the world that greeted us in Gulf Shores. Ah! The local zoo had lost several animals during the hurricane. This deer was dazed and confused, to say the least. I could not walk anywhere without seemingly stepping on the ruins of someone's life. Their belongings, their past. It was all gone now. I wanted desperately to reach the Hurricane Landfall Project vehicle, which was still out on the beach. It contained all of the cameras and data equipment from the night before. The question was how to get from here to the beachfront and through all of that water safely.
Away from one of the hunters when I tell you and pull you back.
The water rescue jet ski was not working, so we had to hike it. Cool.
Kind of 10 and I kind of 11 state troopers. Just in a line. They're all tail to tail to tail. Running
I would love to have a little with a snorkel.
That'd be cool.
From what we were told, there were several alligators that had escaped from the zoo. I was perhaps too determined to care and wanted so bad to see the Isuszu, so on I trekked with John and a cameraman for a documentary being shot about our work through the floodwaters of Ivan.
Waterville, USA.
Really? Being the first people out on the beach, we came across some very interesting things and managed to keep our sense of humor. Hey, I found the Isuszu. Here it is. This is from the amusement park. How'd it hold up, John? Did all the instruments make it?
The mirror busted off.
Wow. I think we're going to have to get a new research vehicle. Look at all the liquor bottles. Holy cow. Wow. Look at that.
He was talking about all the stuff floating. It's all, look at that Jack Daniels, man. Where's the, I'm looking for the walls that came in.
Yeah, where are they? Can you imagine how violent this was?
Where are the walls that came in? It ripped them out.
Yes. No, we did not keep any of the liquor bottles for ourselves. That would have been highly illegal. We kept on walking, looking for the bright yellow Isuzu that had certainly been moved from where we had left it. What is it? Potatoes and corn? Really? Is this Survivor? Look at all those cars down there.
Wow. Look at the one with the roof gone.
But little did we know what we would find as we came upon it.
storm case. It's in the back seat.
We had walked out to the beach to locate the Isuzu and retrieve the storm case, which had all of the data equipment inside. You are seeing this video from Ivan because of that small journey. Everything we had left in the Isuzu and inside the storm case survived. Now we had to get the Isuzu out of Gulf Shores. You got any water?
Sorry?
I got cold water. You want some? All right. Awesome, man.
Yeah, it's still there.
One anchor. Look at that. All that's left of where we had the Isuzu. As I walked around the main pavilion area along Gulf Shores, I knew that life had been temporarily altered for the people who live and visit here. Indeed, this quaint and charming southern coastal town was for the time being in shambles. From space, this is what beautiful Gulf Shores looked like before Ivan. But during the night of September 15th and into the 16th, Gulf Shores was transformed forever. Even as Hurricane Ivan was about to make landfall in Alabama, what would become Hurricane Jean was plaguing Puerto Rico. Jean then went on to impact Hispaniola, the Bahamas,